Guys, we are back.
Here we are.
And if you've not noticed, we're not in my front room.
Thank God. I feel like we're on holiday again.
We have ventured out of the house.
We have.
And for you eagle-eyed viewers on YouTube, you might be able to guess where we are.
Yeah.
They will, won't they?
Well, obviously. I mean, it's the lavender that gives it away for me. Definitely.
I mean, there's nowhere as stunning.
No.
To be honest.
No. And if you don't know about it, go and get to know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're at Navy Farm again.
Woo!
We are back. We loved it that much the first time that we're back.
We're just in spare room now.
Yeah. I mean, we're lying.
We're renting out spare room now.
Yeah, we're lying. We're not back. This was filmed same day as Rebecca's episode that went out 2 weeks ago, guys. I forgot to bring a change of clothes, so I'm in the same clothes.
And by the way, we didn't colour coordinate as outfits, like everybody always thinks to do. We turned up in 2 separate cars. Yeah. When we saw that you were wearing this, I said, keep your jacket on at all times.
So I'm currently sweating.
Yeah, well.
Red hot.
Well, it is what it is. It is what it is, love.
But we've got another special guest.
Yes.
Another special guest. So today on the pod we have the amazing Ruth from PatchPort. Give it up for Ruth.
Hi,
Ruth. So before we jump in to kind of what PatchPort is, introducing Ruth, we're going to start the episode with our dilemma.
Ooh,
are you happy to take part in our dilemma?
We do a dilemma of the week, Ruth, and you can join in with us.
Love a Debbie dilemma. Let's do it.
Debbie dilemma. Love
Debbie
that.
dilemma.
Debbie dilemma. That's it.
Right, we're using that. So anyway, you've not trademarked it, have you?
Not yet.
Right, well, tough now, it's ours. So anyway, right, dilemma of the week. So somebody wrote in this week, I feel like I'm in a price war with other salons in my area and everyone is trying to undercut everyone in order to try and attract clients. I haven't got involved, but I now charge the highest in our area and I'm scared that I'm going to start losing clients. Have we got any advice on this, guys?
I mean, you might be charging the most, but you need to charge your worth. And it's not just the cost of products. You need to be factoring in the training that you've been on. You know, it's so much more than just how much does a set of nails cost you.
Yeah.
How much have you invested in tools? Are you Navy? How much have you, do you know, like all the different training courses and stuff like that?
Yeah.
That all contributes to what you charge for a service, I think, anyway.
Definitely. Yeah. And it's all like goes on your experience and what you've done in your career leading up to it and things like that. Yeah. I've said before, I am the highest charging in probably not only probably in my area but in my salon as well. The girls who work in salon with me, their prices are lower than mine. Yeah. So, but it gives people an option. Yeah. I have salons that are opening up around me, left, right, and centre. There's currently 13 or 14 in our area, and it's a small town. But I still charge. I'm not bothered. People are coming in and charging. I'm not bothered because I've got my clientele. I'm still fully booked. I'm confident in what I do, and I'm confident in that my services deserve that price that I'm charging.
Yeah, and I think that in business, whether it's whatever business it is, because we're all in business, there's premium product and mass product. Yeah. And you want to be a premium product, and you charge for a premium product, and I think people will come and see you regardless because you'll get that premium customer. So don't follow the sheep and just try and undercut and go. Be that premium product, and I think you'll always win.
And I always think as well, if people are like cutting down like the prices, they're cutting the prices to get more clients. Why do they need, like to bring that custom in? Why are they obviously needing that? I mean, we all want to gain like more clients and stuff like that. But if I suddenly got an absolute swarm of people coming in, I don't know where I'd fit them.
But also, do you want that? I think when you're looking for clients and customers, it's what do you want as well? Because it's a two-way thing, isn't it? Yeah. Do you want that customer that's going to jump ship through 13 places in bloody Wath?
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? Saying, I'm just going to go to the cheapest one and fly around.
Yes.
Yeah. You want that solid customer because you have a relationship with them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
So, just stick to what you're doing, love.
Yeah. Stick to it.
Basically, in our words.
And I'm trying to think about this really quickly in my head. So say if you were doing brows and you charge, I don't know, 30 quid. If you dropped your price, like if you're doing a cheaper, quicker service, you're working more. Am I making sense?
If you're doing a cheapest...
Like if people in area are dropping the prices to try and get as many clients in as they can, I'm guessing the treatments are going to be shorter as well.
Yeah, it's more labour, isn't it?
You're doing more work for like the same price. So if you're charging your premium price, you're going to get your premium clients who come to you for the experience, for the treatment, and for you and your skill.
Yeah. And
you're working less technically.
Yeah.
Than in and out all day.
So as advice to that would just be stick to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Don't be affected by it. Just keep in your lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's that.
So, stay in your lane. And that's that.
Yeah. So, following on from our episode with Rebecca, you will know when we have guests, we do quick fire questions. Mm-hmm. So, are you ready?
Yep.
Yep.
No thinking about it, Ruth. Just go for it.
Right, okay, right, go, yeah. What? I'm moving.
So, what's your favourite thing about your job or your career?
People.
Really?
All the people, yeah.
You're a people person then?
Yeah, I think a people person, and I think in this industry there's a wealth of really decent people, and it's the people for sure. All the customers, clients, everyone, love them.
Yeah, good.
So, what is the most interesting thing that you've learnt recently?
If you meet 20 knobheads in a day, you're the knobhead.
Oh my God, I love that! Yes!
Process of elimination, the knobhead is you.
We're only a few minutes in, I've learnt so much already. Bloody hell, Debbie Dilemma, 20 knobheads in a day. It's great. Love that.
Hilarious.
Love that.
It's true. If you're going around meeting people and you know this person's a problem, this person's a problem, quite clearly you're the problem.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Wow.
So if you could change one thing about the beauty industry, what would it be? Well, I love questions like this.
Yeah, I think its impression of itself. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? How it views itself. Yeah. I think there's loads to talk about it. Rebecca spoke about it a few times, and Nouveau, we've had these conversations where it just needs to respect itself a little bit more, and I think the girls need to know that they're contributing so much to the economy.
Yeah.
And it's a big bloody business, do you know what I mean? And it's amazing what you're doing. It's artistry, it's creative, and we're not in that old school thinking of you just do that because you can't do something else. So it's feel of itself for sure.
People do still think like that though, don't they?
They totally think like that.
It's a bimbo's job, don't
just
they?
beauty or just do nails or just this.
And they don't say that. What amazes me is I will say to people all the time if they sign up to the software and whatever, I'll say, well, we're both business women. Yeah. And some people come back and go, what do you mean? It's like, but you're running a business. You are a businesswoman. Yeah. Like just as much as somebody doing software or products or whatever, you're a businesswoman or businessman, shall I say.
Yeah. I might start saying that. So what do you do for a living? I'm a businesswoman.
Yeah. Entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur.
I absolutely am.
You're an entrepreneur.
You can come again.
I will be. I'm just going to come and sit in your front room all the time, actually. It's coming on a rank
I mean, it doesn't have as nice a backdrop as this.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I've heard people come in impromptu hilariously, so I'm there for it.
What's the craziest thing you've ever done? And I'm scared to ask you this live on the, well, not live,
this
but on the
anything.
pod.
I mean, a lot of them I can't mention. I think really the craziest thing that kick-started who I am as a person was just moving to London with a suitcase at like 16. I'd been out on the PISS, spoke to my friend. She'd gone to Central St Martin's. I was meant to go to uni in Nottingham. Thought, no, I'm going to be Debbie Harry. Do you know what I mean? At that time, I thought I was going to be in a band. So got my suitcase, didn't have a job, got on the train, literally what felt like the next day. Met a girl outside of Central St Martin's I've never met before in my life. Gave her a hug and we shared a bed literally for 3 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What happened to her? Do you still speak to her?
Bridesmaid at wedding. She's my best mate. Yeah.
Wow.
Love her.
Oh, I love that story.
So we had a little hug and then we literally shared a bed. But I think it was just that moment of, I'm not going to uni now. I'm just going to go to London. And
what did you do when you were in London?
So I had to get a job quickly. I got 3 jobs. I cleaned in the morning at a pub, worked at House Fraser on Oxford Street in the day, and then worked at a pub at night and went out every night.
Yeah.
On the new rave scene with literally like neon and best time in my life, boombox and all that. Loved it. Yeah, great.
I love London though. I think there's just something about
London.
Yeah.
I was there 15 years after that and it shaped my whole life. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I love the whole London thing. I think if I was 16 again, that's what I'd be doing.
getting on that train, meeting someone and sharing a bed with them.
Be off, yeah.
Sounds dodgy, doesn't it?
I mean, that's a lovely best friend story. Mine and Jamie's weren't the same. Like, we met each other and couldn't stand each other, so...
Yeah. Slightly
and we had to work together, but I thought, what a little bitch he is. Here we are. Here we are, all these years later.
Yeah, she still thinks it all these years later.
I've just learnt to tolerate it now.
You seem pretty tight now, guys, so you're fine, yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's working so far. Anyway, right, if you could choose one, what would you choose? Would you choose a brow treatment or a lash treatment?
Oh, brows. I mean, I barely touch my lashes, so brows all day long. I think it shapes your face. I think it's the most important thing on your face for something that's meant to just stop water going into your eyes or whatever, but brows all day long.
What do you have done to your brows?
So it varies. I'll leave it. I do lamination sometimes, but I'll leave it. I think we were talking about that earlier. Just giving it that time for your your hair and your eyebrows to be all right. But lam and then shape and anything.
And Ruth said as well when she got into this, she was like, every time I go somewhere and I know you're gonna be there.
I mean, Carla.
Do you know what? In my salon as well, if I ask the girls, I'll say, "Oh, will you wax my brows?" They're like, "No." I'm like, "Why? Will you do my brows?" They're like, "No."
When you know someone's got such tight artistry. Honestly, I was in the car on the way in, Cal was like, my husband was going, a bit on a panic with brows. I was like, well, you know, looking straight on him. Looking straight at him.
They're very nice brows.
They are.
Thank you,
very
guys.
good.
Yeah, nice colour.
Lovely.
I feel, nice,
good
blessed
match.
that you've said that. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Cool.
Yeah. So,
and we would tell you if there was shit.
Do you know what? It'd been really awful if you'd gone, actually, babes, this shit. Fucking get them done.
Well, we're just saying that on air. We'll talk about it later.
we'll pick that up after this episode. I'm sure I've got some thread in car.
Of What the Pluck.
Right, I think your fire questions are done. You can relax now.
Woohoo!
You can relax. And breathe. But don't breathe for that long because another question.
Yes.
To anybody who's listening who hasn't heard of PatchPort, first of all, I don't know how you've not heard of it. You should all know about it. If you don't,
get to know.
But will you just explain to the people what PatchPort is?
So it's an app that records and keeps a hold of all your patch tests. Mm-hmm. So you can use it to send a patch test to somebody. So you can send a patch test legally safe and compliant. This is where I become the most uninteresting person because I start talking compliance. Everyone's like, oh God. You can send it out safely to a client. They can do it from home, or you can record all your patch tests if you want to do them in salon. But we do what we say on the tin. We are a patch testing tool. We're not trying to do anything else. This is to keep a handle of your patch tests. You're not writing them here and writing them there and having it all over the place. Centralised, digital, kept for 7 years. It's your only patch testing tool. That's what it's there to do. It's there to keep you safe.
Such a clever, amazing idea.
And then once it's opened up, you've got your passport. So if you don't want to have a patch test done again from a client perspective, and there's another PatchPort salon, you can share that data.
Right.
So there's a passport PatchPort. Hence.
So the salons will have the PatchPort app, and they can link with each other.
Correct.
That's really good.
So like a client, because sometimes our clients, if anyone says to me, I can't get them in, do you know anyone where I can go for like brows and lashes or whatever, I'll always say Harriet, and they'll drive through to her. So if with PatchPort, if they had it and Harriet's salon had it,
if you've both got it and you're using exactly the same brand, because our manufacturers work and how the insurers work, so we work heavily with underwriters and things like that. We've got a chemist, so we make sure everything's really secure. As long as it's the same brand and preferably the same shade that you're going to be using, you can just have another treatment. So you couldn't then, Brow Daddy H'd it. It's not going to work. You've got to use the same brand because that's what you've been patch tested for. Concentrations are different. But that's the aim, is to have a full passport that everybody can share.
That's really good.
Yeah, but if you just want to use it, you don't want to do the passport and you just want to keep handle of your patch test, have it as your patch testing tool. And
obviously, like, patch testing is so... I mean, we know how important it is because we used to teach it daily. Yeah. It's so important, and there still is places that are not doing it. They're not patch testing, and you just think... You are just like playing Russian roulette.
It's like you've just said. It's a really good way of looking at it. It's Russian roulette. Like I always say to people, it's a really silly phrase, but a true one. It's all right until it's not. Yeah. And the biggest failed claims come from evidence, and it can be as simple as you've not spelt somebody's surname correctly. So you've done your patch testing card, and it's Summit Smith, and you've put an extra T in it or whatever. The insurer goes, actually, no, we're not paying. you've got, the average claim's 10 grand. So if you've got it digital, it's attached to their Apple account. It's quite clearly them. Also, people say no one had put in a claim. I always get this. Oh, they're all my mates. They're never going to put in a claim.
They're worst ones.
Listen, they're the worst ones. Listen, when the face is a little bit burnt and they're going, oh, I can get some cash here, they're not your mate anymore.
No, they're not.
And if it's on their app, you can go, well, actually, you quite clearly did have a patch test.
Yeah.
Because it's on, you've got it there. So you're putting autonomy onto the client, as opposed to you having to look after it all. It's like, you did have a patch test, you took a picture of it. Here's 2 pictures, before and after. That's the biggest thing we do is image capture. And it's on your phone. So there's no he said, she said.
Yeah.
It's categorically, they've had a patch test.
Yeah.
And people say they didn't all the time.
It's good that you mentioned, like, you know, saying, well, people are your friends until they're not. And it's true, because I had a girl working for us, and it was her best friend's mum that sued her. They tried to sue us. And then she came at us saying, oh, no, I'm not suing you. I'm suing the salon. And she was like, yeah, but it was me that did it. Like, do you realise how this is, like,
That's
jeopardising
terrible.
my job
and
everything? And we had to like suspend her until everything got sorted. And that friendship was then no longer.
I imagine.
And then, like, years later, I mean, I'd be mortified if my mum did that. I'd be like, listen, even if they're dropping off, you're not suing them.
Mum,
it's my best
get
friend.
in your box,
do you know
Mum,
what I mean?
come on.
And it does, things like that do go out of the window. Like, even, you know,
money gets in the way of people anyway, doesn't it? In general, like, that's a problem. But the other thing is, like, we take pictures of the patch test. Even if you post it out, they take a picture of the patch test application and after. Because another big thing that came up is someone having a red itchy neck and then going, oh, it's fine, my neck. I've done it in my 20s. Do you know what I mean? I've done it where I've gone, oh, it's feeling a bit funny, this, but I want my eyebrows done. I'm just going to go back.
Yes.
And the thing is, that could be catastrophic from a medical perspective. You know, anaphylactic shock is serious. It does happen. Not trying to scaremonger people.
Yeah.
Normally, you get minor effects of it, but don't risk it. It's just not worth it for me. For the sake of our top tiers, about 12 quid a month or 144 quid a year, whatever, you know, could save you 10 grand in a claim. It just is nonsensical.
And then your insurance goes through the roof, doesn't it? You know, like when somebody's had a claim as well, your insurance goes up and everything.
And people don't want to touch you at that point as well. Insurers can refuse to then sign you up because, you know, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, it's a bit deep. Sorry. Should we
no,
go on to quick fire?
I like it a lot.
Oh, God.
So that is what PatchPort is, guys.
Yeah. This is PatchPort, Get yourself the app and just get on top of it all and stick to one singular thing, and that's what we're here to do. Patch testing's all we know. It's all we do. We live and breathe it. And unfortunately for me, it's all talk about, which is everyone's a bit like,
It's such, like, a good, just smart idea.
It's clever. Very.
On something like patch testing. Before, like, you would obviously done PatchPort and stuff, or like patch testing's just patch testing.
Yeah.
Like, I know obviously you had to do it and stuff, but then it were what it were. But then obviously I just explained app. I'm like, obviously that makes 100% why you would do it that way. Why would you go back to writing it in your diary or on your booking system?
And
stuff
also,
like that.
what would annoy me is if I worked at Salon, one at 13 and went to, it could go to 13 different ones, but you work at one and then you leave. So any place I work, so if I use Basecamp, right, I know 90% of the time I'm going to go to another company, they use Basecamp.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle leaving one workplace and then going, oh, sorry, we write patch tests off on a booking system and off on a piece of paper. And I'm going, yeah, but they did it there. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Do it one way. They just need, for the biggest part of the industry, I think, is this, because it's so important. Do it one way.
Yeah.
One singular way.
Yeah, definitely.
Do it our way, obviously.
Yeah. I feel like the whole, like, paper thing is going out, though, because even, like, client record cards, everybody's doing that now online.
Digital.
And stuff like that. Because who's got the space to store all them client cards as well and stuff like that if you've got all these clients coming? I mean, the amounts of client records I've got are crazy. And I'm looking at something to upload stuff just onto an online app or something like that.
I mean, it's amazing that a claim can be made. I think that's crazy anyway, but 7 years after the fact, right?
Yeah.
Who's got any salon sets on fire?
Yeah.
Well, your paper's gone, number one. Do you know what I mean? It's up, it's gone. You can lose paper, you can spill tea on paper. But keeping that level of it for 7 years is just such a...
Like bonkers,
where's all the space?
Or even they get misplaced into another alphabetical you know, if you're keeping them in a filing cabinet or whatever, alphabetical order.
Look, we'd all
sometimes
need
they
a
get
farm.
put in a different one. You'd think,
we'd all need Rebecca's farm, wouldn't we, to store all these.
Yeah, we would.
Yeah.
Anyone got a farm going, Rebecca?
She's got a barn, so...
Yeah, we'll be dropping ours off to go in barn.
Oh
but
dear.
I want to know as well, how did you get started in this industry?
Yeah, so I'm, and I would call an outsider. Rebecca always says, my favourite phrase, if you were a donkey in the derby, I'd back you. I'm like, babes, I am the donkey in the derby. Because so I didn't come from the industry, but it came from my frustration as a client. So I was working in finance, and there's a little salon over at Road in Goole, and it was one of them ones that's not changed since like 1980. I used to love it. I knew her whole life story and a lot. But I'd have my brows done at one chain, and then I'd go to the other office, which was in Bradford, and they'd go, well, you need another patch test. I'm going, hang on a minute. It's the same chain. How have you not communicated that patch test? It's not even a different company. It's the same company. And then one place I'd go, they'd have this like, but honestly, about that big. And they'd be like, what's your number? And I'd be like, surely there is a digital way of doing this patch test. Like, it's frustrating me.
Yeah.
And I'd be looking at the girls working thinking, surely
this must
not.
really like,
And then I got made redundant, so I was pregnant with my second child. I found out a week after I got made redundant, so I had to stand on. If it had been a week later, I'd still be in finance. And then everyone knows this story, but went to the playground. I knew Max's friend's dad was in science, is what I was like, in science somewhere. And he said, yeah, I'm a PhD from Cambridge in chemistry. I was like, do you want to talk about PPD, phenylenediamine? He was like, yeah, let's have an afternoon. So we sat and had endless cups of coffee and spent a good year. Like, you know, I joke about that period of time, but it was a long period of time researching and looking at, should there be a universal patch test? Should there be this? Should there be that? And we collated all the research together and it was hard work, and then found that this was a solution. I did not want to come in and tell anybody how to suck eggs. You know how to do your job. You know what you're doing. I just want to give you a solution to the problem.
This is just a little bit of
just a digital solution, yeah. And I'm just good at innovation and creating things, and I'm a bit of a geek, and I like that stuff. And I thought, and I've come into this industry, and I can't F, but I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
No effing and jeffing.
You can't see yourself ever going back to doing anything else now.
No, I mean, we're on with other stuff. I can't say too much, but exciting projects come in within the same industry, within innovation. So I think it's where I sit and it's where I live.
Exciting, Ruth.
Oh, yeah, little drop.
On.
I would drop this mic, but it's very expensive. And looks quite heavy.
Right. Have you got a fact that people would be shocked to know about you?
Oh, yeah. So, I was looking at this the other day. So, I think the beauty industry contributes 24.5 billion to the UK economy. Oil and gas, I was shocked about this, is 28. Comparatively, oil and gas is in the world one of the most traded products in the world. It's one of the most lucrative products, and look at that comparatively.
Wow.
So this industry is the backbone, I think, of the economy for sure. One of, if not the.
I love that.
So basically, we are carrying the weight.
Who run the world?
Us.
Oh, we can't say girls, can we? Well, we can't.
Who run the world, people?
Wow.
I've just got married, by the way, on that, and honestly, I'm driving him mad. I'm like, I'm on my way to see my husband.
You're one of us, Ruth.
Yeah. I've just done it for that. I've just got married, so
just
I can say that.
Just for that meme, yeah.
Yeah, don't tell him. Hope you're not listening, Kyle. So that's to me, that's absolutely amazing. That is such, like, you see oil and gas, don't you? It's like a really, like a really big thing, and that it's so comparatively, I think, so close together that anyone that's in this industry, like, amazing.
Wow.
Where can people get this PatchPort from? Is it literally on the App Store?
Yes. Google Play Store, App Store. You can sign up through official PatchPort on Instagram, patch-port.com if you want to go on the website and you can sign up. Alternatively, best part of my job is talking to clients, customers. Drop me a DM. I'm always picking up stuff on Instagram. I'll ring you. I'll walk you through it. It's new software. So if you've been using an Apple and you want to go on to Samsung, for example, it's going to take you a little bit of time to get used to it. Yeah. That's just how your brain works, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got loads of videos, get you on board, we'll support you and hold your hand through the whole process.
Is it a subscription then?
Subscription model, yeah.
Do you pay monthly? Can people pay up front?
So we've just updated our subscription model. So we were just doing yearly. You can now do monthly. There's 3 tiers. Bronze, if you want to come on free. If you're smaller and you're not doing many patch tests, that's up to 10 patch tests, because there are people out there self-employed and they're not doing loads of patch tests. That's for the year. And then you move over to silver, which is $64.99, I think, currently for the year. And then it's about £5 a month, and you can pay monthly now. And that's 32 patch tests. Plus you get 8 patch tests free, the patch test kits, which I've had some to show you, Alan.
Oh, really? So you actually have kits, patch test kits as well?
Yeah, so when I say you can post a patch test out, there is a full kit that you send, prepaid envelope, everything goes recorded through the app to the door.
Wow. Because I was thinking that we had to obviously supply the patch test as well, and you were just paying for the software that it's been on. So they're actually patch test kits. Love that.
Yeah, so the kit, so if you go on silver, you're going to get 8 free, and they're sent to you to set you up, and then you buy them off us through the website, through the portal, through your dashboard. And then if you go up to the top tier, you get 16 free. We do everything in 8, so it's our lucky number. You get 16 free, and you can do unlimited patch tests on the top tier, and you get unlimited support. In silver and gold, you get your welcome pack, so you get nice things. And let me tell you, since I partnered with Navy, everything's very sexy.
Oh, as always.
It's been sexed up. That's what's happened. So everything looks really beautiful, which I think is nice to have in your salon. You know, I think that touch and feel. But yeah, the sending out of the patch test is really, really important. And like I said, we are in constant conversations with underwriters at the top level. And they are saying this is secure and it's safe. So you're safe to send it out.
I love that. And these patch tests, are these tint patch tests, by the way?
Yeah, so you get three little tubs. I wish I had else to show you one at some point. But you get 3 little tubs and a mixing one, and what they call that's
like
not an actual word.
Applicator.
It's like a lip gloss applicator.
Dami Quick Stick, some of you might know them as if you're HD trained. But
Dami
the little
sticks,
so you can do lamination patch testing, or lift patch testing, or tint patch testing. You just put the products in and then you mix it with the little thing.
Great. Love that.
Stunning.
Yeah.
It's good.
Just keeps getting better.
I know. I'm amazed. I keep forgetting that I'm hosting this. I'm just sat listening it like, wow. Go on then.
What would you say?
Go on, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Right. I'm sitting back, I'm relaxing.
She's sitting back, she's just having a chat, really.
Yeah.
What and who would you say keeps you inspired? Inspired, not inspired.
I was just going to say inspired. You make words up.
I do.
I'm on NSYNC now. I'm singing NSYNC in my head. I think since I've come into this industry, there's been a couple of people, and I think we spoke about this before, it's got nothing to do with who does or doesn't have anything to do with podcasts, but there's people like Rebecca who I've partnered with, who's had tons of businesses, made a huge success out of the one that she's got, and has been like, well, now we're like, best mates, but before it was a business relationship. And Karen Betts, who has always given me a time, ringing up late at night and going, oh God, I'm doing this, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, the two of them have really inspired me to go feet first into what I'm doing. And them days when I've gone, I don't know what I'm bloody doing, they've gone, right, come on Ruth, get yourself up. And I think you need that. You need people that have been in business. And that's one of the things I'd say about the industry, that I don't think it's one that comes up as a question. If it does, I'll redo it. But that misconception that people were going to be bitchy and they weren't going to welcome me. And I got that a lot because I've got so many friends in the industry, and they said to me, you can't do that, you can't go into this, you can't do that, people are just going to poo-poo you can't do. And I've had those 2 women from the start that have been like, no, you can do it, come on, do it, let's like I said, Rebecca would back me if I was donkey at Derby, so.
Well, you've got that. Saying Rebecca and Karen Betts as 2 very good mentors and people to look up to.
Yeah, and just lovely women as well. I think you see these people that are, they've got £1 million businesses, and but the human beings who appreciate you as a woman as well, and appreciate you as a person.
Yeah.
And saying, like, it's hard to do business, and like we discussed earlier, we're all businessmen and women.
Yeah.
If you're in this industry, you're working for yourself, and we're all in the same boat, whatever level it's at, you know.
Yeah. And we speak a lot on this podcast about like having your beauty family for like technicians and stuff like that, people who you can go to who are in the industry and understand what you're going through. If you've got, I don't know, you want to complain to them, whinge about some or ask for advice. So yeah, it's good that
it's your people, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like
your cheerleaders as well.
Mine tend to be northern because I'm northern, and it just falls that way. Do you know what I mean? But it's like calling someone at, like, you know, call Rebecca at 11 o'clock at night and be like, I mean, what planet am I on? I don't know I literally don't know what I'm doing. And just having that soundboard back.
Yeah.
And And cutting that out.
Oh, well, I think, you were right. We did have that question. What's a common misconception about the industry that you'd like to dispel? But
just that one, that it's not bitchy, and I think it is changing into it. I think there's a lot of cheerleader stuff going on. You might find bitchiness anywhere, you know, PR, whatever, but
it does, I think as well, I feel like the whole industry kind of, more like treatment-wise in salon, kind of stood still for a little bit. But then I feel like this past couple of years,
it's really like boomed, and everybody's
like, you've got like your lamination. I mean, lamination's so big. That only came out 2019. Still a fairly new thing.
That amazes me.
Like, do you know what I mean? Then we
used to do it on our own brows before it were even a thing.
LVL.
We used to do it with LVL with lash stuff. Yeah. I remember
you were just rocking out, having it all over.
Yeah, because I used to have really overgrown, and I still have got like really overgrown bushy brows. But to make them bushier, we were like, well, let's just use LVL stuff.
That's amazing. Development, but that's true, just in a conversation generally, that there is so much work that goes into product development. Like you said, you might have been messing around with it in, you know, using the LVL stuff, but it's so much work goes into it.
I mean, they look terrific when we were doing it.
I mean, we had no idea timings.
We didn't know what was going on.
Lashes, but then your brows are different, and then we'd think, oh shit, that's a bit sizzled.
I didn't know how to style them. It was wild. It was just crazy. And then when it came out as brow,
I need pictures.
I've got one. I'm gonna show you. I've got one on my phone. I've got one of mine. Like, I remember they were that big. I was like, what are we actually gonna do with these? What can I do? I said, how can I reverse a brow, like this brow lift, because that's what we called it, a brow lift, because we didn't have anything else to call it.
That brow lift is there now for 6 weeks.
They were like,
there's no going back. I'll have to blow dry them or something.
Brushing them down like a fringe. But, you know, it were bad times. Anyway, we've moved on from that, haven't we?
Well, I just feel like you two are innovating.
Yeah, maybe.
I would be taking the 2019 launch of brow lamination.
Well, we tried. Well, we haven't actually. That's a lie. We haven't tried anything. But I say to him, we invented that.
I would be shouting it.
I know.
Yeah.
But we don't want to hurt anybody else's feelings, so you do you, boo. No, I'm pretty sure we didn't invent it, but we did do it a long time ago, and we should have bloody trademarked it. Should have trademarked it,
should have.
Yeah.
Well, you're getting Debbie Dilemma as a domain straight away after.
Exactly. Yeah, George, note that down. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, what a fun little episode.
For coming on.
Oh, do you know what? I've loved it.
It's just like having an old, little old natter, innit?
Yeah. It's so nice. Can I just say, I said to you guys earlier, it's so impressive, like, doing this, and it's such a, I mean, I crease when I watch it, you know, I'm going through Instagram, and I'm like, are you sure? I love it. But to have the idea and to do feet first and to just get into this is so amazing. Like, love the branding, love everything that you do, and I love that you're just so down to earth, and it's just nice, isn't it?
Thank you.
Say it how it is, don't we?
Yeah.
Gets us in trouble sometimes, but yeah.
Oh, life's not fun if you're not in trouble.
I know. With Marmite, you either love it or hate it. If you don't like it, get gone. So.
And do you know what? If they're meeting 20 knobheads in a day,
they're
the knobhead. Do you know what I mean?
And on that note, I think that's his outro.
Yeah. If you meet,
Yeah.
If you're meeting 20 knobheads in a day, you're the knobhead.
You're the knobhead.
See you next week.
Good night.